Guys, welcome back. As we previously left off, I said we were going to pick up with legs, and we're currently on our way to the gym to train legs. In terms of a little bit of an update with me, what has changed? So, a little bit different, but I'm actually training less now. My coach has decided to pull back on our training. I used to train 5 days a week, down to 4 days now. So at the weekend, I can pretty much do what I want. So I'm only a bodybuilder part-time now, from Monday to Friday, full-time bodybuilding at the weekend, party animal. So training has just pretty much taken a back step. The reason for it hasn't taken a back step, but we've just obviously reduced the frequency. The reason for it is because we're in a position where I find it really hard to gain weight. Some people find it hard to believe, but I find it really hard to gain weight. So we don't want to push food because it might be too stressful for my gut, pretty much. So we decided that we're going to manipulate expenditure by not training as much in the hope for me to actually gain weight. But so far, I've actually dropped a little bit of weight, and there's a reason for that. I'll talk about it in a future video. But overall, I'm adopting to the new training style. It is different. I know it's only 1 day of a difference, but I used to train on a Saturday, and now I have a little bit more free time. But outside of that, everything's good.
Okay, they still up in that beta stage. This should go and wake them up. 200 for a saving grace. I feel I wasn't paid enough. Predicting what I complain about when Ollie catch a major.
So in terms of the sequence today, someone had asked pretty much the order. I'm going to start off with a standing hamstring curl. So I'll run through it first. Standing hamstring curl, going to move on to the leg extension, and then we've got barbell squats. So one thing that I've realized throughout my training journey is that for me to do a heavy compound, my joints have to be primed. So the main thing is that whenever you work your hamstrings and whenever you pre-exhaust your quads, for me personally, it's going to get a lot of blood around the joint. But also, this is one thing that not a lot of people think about. Whenever I'm dropping into the squat and my quads are already pre-fatigued, they just switch on like that. So a lot of people think you don't want to fatigue your quads too much before you actually do a squat. Everyone's different. For me, it allows me to drop into the squat and I just feel comfortable doing it. So we're going to start off with them 3, and then I'll pick up on the rest whenever we're going through it.
When I get a mansion up in the canyons, I'ma go past the shit to my dad. I'm putting my mama on the yacht, putting Sebastian up in the fastest with the jag back to Jacksonville. Get Stephanie Cabal, cause when I'm on and I don't give a fuck, I'll definitely need it all. Not just talking, I got a knack for making it come to fruition. Came in thinking you get famous, boy, I've come to do business. Seen a ton of all of it happen, they only fuck if you winning. Pussy will push me into distraction, can't keep none of you winning. Don't be turning on them read receipts, hoping that you teasing me. Jokes on you, bitch, and not the only girl that's seeing me. You get through with your features, opportunity seeker. You think you can smooth talk me, huh? I'm truthfully speechless. Cause I work for this, I slaved away, paid the lane and stayed the same. Invest in me if you want me to take you in and break the bank. And to all you broke hoes and my past friends who chose to shut the door on me, I'll never let you back in. Turn they backs in the past, now they wanna come back. Too bad, I'm not playing
It's funny, I set that up. No one adjusts it because I don't think people understand this here. What it does is it changes where the exercise is easy and where it's hard. You know that resistance profile thing I always talk about? That's it. That controls it.
Remember when you talk down, hands out, thinking that you're getting some odds now. If you weren't there for the grass rules, I can't let you in. I'm sorry to break the bad news.
With regards to warming up, I was saying to Ryan on the way down in the car, I thought I was messing about, but with this time of year, obviously the temperatures drop. You have to warm up that little bit more, so I had the heat blasting in the car and the windows were all steamed up because Ryan was nervous. But just doing a few extra reps for your warm up, like for me personally, I only do like 2 to 3 reps usually, but today I'm doing like 6 reps just to get a little bit more blood into the joint and just make sure that, you know, whenever you're going for your working set, you don't feel stiff.
I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. That's the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma get it anyways. All I do is work, I got this money on my brain. I don't like to talk, I
barbell squats now. This will be the main lift of the session. Third exercise in. Joints are feeling good, quads are feeling pumped, which is good. As I said, it'll allow me to drop into it. This exercise, I previously left it on 8 reps at 200 kilo. The session before that, I got 10, so I basically got weaker in my last session, and the only reason why was because I didn't feel stable when I was doing the exercise. So the big thing today is to get back up to 10 reps at 200 kilo. But this sort of exercise, and if it should be in your session, it makes me feel ridiculously nervous. Like, I've got heart palpitations. So just something to consider. If you don't have that in your session, look and find a way to create that. It's how you're going to grow. Some days things just don't move the way you want them to, and that just didn't move the way I wanted it to today. Although it was better than last session, I got 1 rep more. But on days like that, you're in the set, there's everything in your head telling you to come out of it. The main thing for me is that I just don't want to injure myself. But equally, I have to distinguish the difference between you're about to injure yourself and you're just being a little bitch. And for me, today, I mean, I didn't pull out too early, but I did pull out on my first set, last rep, because I knew I wasn't going to get back up. But yeah, just one of them days, guys. It's my asthma kicking in. Get that dragon breath. Did I get that? No. Fact, right? If you blow and it's cold, you have air in your lungs, like cold air in your lungs. So I basically have pneumonia at the minute. No excuses. Clickety click click clank. Lower back is hanging out of me from squats.
I think one of my last reps, I done a good morning. Don't know if you've seen it. Horrible. But moving on to the leg press. This isn't the leg press that I usually use. The one I use is usually here, but abracadabra, don't know where it is. So 2 sets, 6 to 10 reps. I'm gonna stack it out and I'm gonna use tempo, just slow it down, because this leg press, you can't load it up as much as the other one. I would usually go like 13 plates. But yeah, compound into another compound, basically hard and harder.
Oh yeah, whoa, look, they can never keep me down, I'm going. And if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up. I bet when I land, they gon' tell me it's luck again. See that I'm winning, it's harder to watch. I'm setting the stage, you should give me my props. You ain't got no soul, you lacking the spirit. You talk out your neck, I'ma show you I'm with it. I would really hate for you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting on me and when I'm sending them. So if I ever win again, it's no I did the minimum. I didn't have to sell my soul. Please don't play no games with me. It was never about the fame to me. They needed the best, so they came to me. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the fire. Yeah, that's me. Make it flip, make it bang.
One thing I always say when I'm training, no matter how heavy it is, I'm in control. You always have to have that mindset and that attitude. You're always in control. That's how you get the most out of your sets. You go on. You go on. If this is on TripAdvisor, I'd recommend this towel. I put it under, basically just on my lower back, because my lower back was fried from squats before. This is going to cut out the extension in my lower spine. It pretty much just eases the pain whenever I'm doing this exercise, because my pelvis is rotating. This is the hardest part, actually offloading the weight from there. It's okay, but this here, because of the position, it would literally blow the elbows out of you. You would need a bottle of BPC at hand whenever you're doing this. If you know, you know. We're gonna have fun here.
I still won't let y'all close to me. So please step back where you're supposed to be. Put the game all on hold for me. And sit back, watch me roast to be. It's in my genes, I'm better than them. And I know my flow too sick, I got the medicine. I'm way at the top, who can take my place? I went too hard, can't feel my face. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the fire. Say, yeah, that's me.
Mom.
Make it flip, make it bang, boom. Yeah, that's me. Make the party feel alive. Tell them, yeah, that's me.
I got what I needed there. I beat reps. I feel sick. But listen to me when I say this. See, when you're doing shit like this, we don't do this for fun. I spent so many years just training, living in the moment, You can't be living in the moment when you're doing this shit. It's not enough. If you push to the next level, you need to have more vision. You need to think about your goals whenever you want to give up. It's so cliche me saying that, but you have to think about it. The only reason why I'm here, the only reason why I stay in that set, is I want big legs. It's as simple as that. I want to personally develop myself, and obviously I have a goal of going pro. With the pin loaded leg press, 2 sets. So the first set I got 13 reps. Second set I had to beat 12 reps. I actually got 13 reps. But the first set I only probably went like 85%, because I knew on the second set that's when I was going to completely empty the tank. When it comes to your last set, you have to do everything. Obviously the PB, but you have to do everything sorry about that, to make sure that you walk away and say that you completely empty the tank, you give it everything. So, something very important to consider.
Yeah, I remember when you talked down, hands out, thinking that you're getting some odds now. If you were there for the grassroots, I can't let you in, I'm sorry to break the bad news.
Session done. Just like that, bigger legs inbound.
So just to recap on this session, very hard. It was very hard. When it comes to leg days, it's just it's mind games, guys. So started off, as I said, the main lift was the third exercise in. The 2 exercises before that were just to prime the joints, and then the exercises after that were just heavy compounds, plated leg press, then the pin loaded leg press. Overall, really good session. In terms of how you should compose a leg day, if you're not at a stage where you need to prime your joints for a heavy lift, and you can go in and your first exercise can be like a squat, it can be a barbell squat, hack squat, leg press straight away, by all means go for it, because that's when you're going to have the most energy. But when you get a little bit older like me, then you're just going to have to obviously work with your body that little bit more, as in prime your joints. With squats, it's just about stability for me at the minute. Once I get stable in the exercise, basically what I'm talking about is when I'm down at the bottom, I feel like I'm going to tip forward, and I don't know if it's my footwear or it's the bar placement, because of my external rotation is very limited. If you watch the video, you'll see that my hands are super wide on the bar. I know if I was able to get my hands in tighter, I would be able to just feel more stable in the exercise. So that is something that I'm going to keep in for now. If I can't actually get a little bit more external rotation, then I'm just going to have to obviously abolish the exercise. But that would be my main focus when I'm going into a session. I'll always have one main focus. Like, I'm always focused when I'm training, but that one main lift, so you can put every piece of energy into it, is very, very important. Guys, thank you for watching. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hate to say it, but the videographer tells me I have to say it. You have to like, comment and subscribe. Also, notification bell, if you haven't hit it, so when I bring out a video, you are notified. It's very important.